Hey everybody, it's Brooke. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I am going to show you how to put together this week's Friday freebie over in our Facebook group. So if you'd like to see how to do that and find out how to get your own freebies, stick around. All right, so this was February 1st, but it's actually February 4th. A little late on the Friday freebie. This week's freebie is another piece of the Creepy Valentine, and this is a slider box. So cute for a little Valentine's Day gift. And then all the little pages to make a tiny journal. I just cut them out. I haven't made the journal yet, and I'll show you what those look like. But that's what the base of the journal will be, and it fits right in its little slider box. You could put a gift card in there too. It would just be the cutest gift. Don't put the journal in and put candy in. Just an awesome way to go. So let's set this aside and I will show you what comes in the kit. Oh, and I should probably tell you, if you'd like to come on over to the group and get your own freebies, I'll put a link right up there. Just make sure to answer the 3 easy questions so we know you're a person and not a bot. And I bet you'll get in. Okay, so what we have is 12 pages. This is the top of the box, the cover. This is the bottom of the box. And I do have to say that this one I printed on ivory paper. This is on white, and I think I do prefer the white over the ivory. This is pretty too, but I think I prefer the white. And then we have all the pages, which are pretty close to the full-size journal pages in my Creepy Valentine. I just scaled them down a little bit to fit the format of the box. So here's one page, and you get 5 decorative pages and then 5 backgrounds. This one printed with a bunch of lines. I'm not really sure why. So as you can see, they're very similar to the full-size kit, just scaled a little bit. And there's that one. And here are the backgrounds. I also took all of the ephemera from the big kit and scaled it down as well and included it. Yeah, we've got a ton of lines going on. I didn't notice that before. Another background. And another background. And then the final background. So that's what you get in the freebie. Let me just move these aside. I went ahead and cut the box out just because you guys know how to cut out a shape. You just cut it all around the outside edges. There are, I don't know, let me see if I can find that one that's not cut. See if you can see. There are dark lines. I don't know if you can see it on camera. There are dark lines to show you where to cut and to score. Okay, so just cut it out on, on the outside of both, and you'll end up with a piece that looks like this and a piece that looks like this. So we can go ahead and score our pieces. And what I did was I used my Fisker's cutter and just lined up. I made the lines as faint as I could, but so that you could still see them. And I lined up each one in the channel of my cutter and just did all the scoring that way. It's light enough that it should not show at all in your box when it's finished, but you should be able to see it. I'm going all crazy on there. I'll pull this down a little bit. And if it's showing more than you like, you can always just go in and ink those little edges, and no one will be the wiser. And if you switch it over, so you just do all these vertical lines for your top. And then on your bottom piece, also cut out all the way around the edge. And then there's a line right here. Let's see if I can get that lined up. There we go. There's a line right here. Go down that one. Flip it. And there's a line right here. And you go right down here. And spin it again. Just lining those up in that channel. It seems to be a little easier to do it this way than on the scoreboard. I'm not sure why exactly, but for me this worked out to be easier. And then that last one. Okay, so let's move this out of the way. Now we can take this one and fold these pieces up and give them a burnish. And again, this is the box part. I've had so much fun making these. And again, thanks to our friend at Judy at Locker 61 for all the cute, creepy Valentines. Super adorable. Okay, now if you look here, in between this fold and the top edge, there is another crease mark, okay? Or, I'm sorry, score mark. I don't know if you can see it. What I found works the best is, rather than scoring that, is take the top edge here and make it meet exactly on that first score mark you made. Does that make sense? On one of my printers, it was funny, my printers were being crazy. One of my printers, it worked out exactly right. On the other one, it was just maybe a 1/16 of an inch off, which was enough to make it not fit right. And I'm not exactly sure why. I also found with the kit pages, one of my printers, they were dead on, and my other printer, it was just a little tiny bit off. And that was easy to fix just by trimming them down, and if you want to, you can ink them, and again, never be the wiser. Okay, so now we have our double folds there. We have these guys. So what we want to do is turn it over, and you can see that there are actually cut lines right along here and here. They're not score lines. They actually are indicated as a solid line in here and here. So we'll go ahead and cut those. Try not to cut into any other part. Just right up to that crease. I'm going to do that on all four sides. These scissors are kind of big. It's kind of overkill. But it's what I grabbed, so we'll make do. Okay. There we go. And now what we're going to do is... Oh, I forgot to mention. Did you guys notice I got a new mat? I did. It's not crappy yet. How long will it take before I mess it up? Now I'm going to take my art glitter glue. You can use whatever glue you like. And I'm just going to put some rather generously on this flap and push it in, line it up, make sure it's right against the bottom, and fold that piece up over it. You see what I did? I think you can see that. And I'll just take one of my little clampy guys and put it there for a minute to let it sit and grab. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Put a generous amount of glue on. Get off that excess glue that you didn't mean to put there. And fold that right in. Butt it right up against the bottom of the box. Let's go ahead and just fold that in. I haven't glued it yet, but I'm going to clamp it to let that piece set up a little bit. Okay, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Now, if you'd like to add a ribbon or a handle or anything, I was thinking those little tiny handles from Tim Holtz or Hobby Lobby would look really cute. I just put a bow on mine just as a little handle grabber. So if you'd like to do that, this would be the time to do it. Take these clamps off. Actually, we probably should have done it before we glued anything, but that's okay. So we can, I don't know if you can see that. Let's put that down, and can I get that off? I should have done it first. Nope. So we'll just have to wing it. Where's my pencil? You can just eyeball it or measure it, whatever you like. I'm going to eyeball. trying to hold it so you guys can see it. So that is, let's see, I'm going to put a hole right, or a mark right about here. I'm not going down too low because I don't want it to interfere with our journal. Let's see if I can find a small hole punch. Had I done it first, we could be using our crocodile. This one's going to leave big holes, but there you go. It'll be okay. Also put in eyelets, which is probably what I would do. Had I been thinking ahead. Okay, so we have our two little holes. Oh, wow, that's not very straight at all, is it? Good job, Brooke. Okay, well, it'll be okay. Then we'll put glue on this one. Now, if you put it on super crooked like I did, you could just cut a little piece of paper and cover that up and start over. It would not be a deal breaker. Okay, so we've got that. Now we can put, that one's kind of sticking up a little bit. Let's glue that down a little better. It's a little fiddly trying to hold it so you guys can see it. Then on this flap, we'll go ahead and put a generous amount of glue. And fold that right over. Grab our little clips. Very handy. And go to this side and do the same thing. Fold that over. Use our clips again, and we'll just set that aside while we make the top part. Put that aside to dry. And then we have this piece that we also scored. So let's go ahead and get that burnished on each score line. And if you wanted to ink, you could certainly do that. Then you're just going to fold it over like this, and we're going to glue this tiny little fold here. We're going to put glue on there. Wow, we're going to try to put glue on there. And you want kind of a generous amount. You want your gift box to hold together well. And then just overlap it. Try to make sure it's straight. That's pretty straight. I'm going to flip it over and just take my bone folder and run that right along the inside. Because you can just get to the middle, a little past the middle. And that way you're burnishing both ends and making sure the middle's getting burnished as well. And that's it for your cover. That's all. And then we'll take our little box. Now that it's dry. And it goes right inside like that. You might need to press your ends a little bit. They get a little bit bent when you're making it. But that. Is that not cute? I think it's just adorable. You'd have your little ribbon here if you wanted it, or in my case, you'd be covering that up and punching your holes again. And that comes out. And once you've cut out all your kit pages and made an adorable little journal like this, it goes right in there. And look at that. You're all done. On mine, I used glossy accents on her eyes, and then I thought it might be fun to take some Tim Holtz rock candy glitter, because I love this stuff, and you know, it's only so many times during the year you can use glitter. And I thought maybe we could just put a little art glitter glue on these hearts and glam them up a little. You could do all kinds of mixed media on this. Whatever takes your fancy. And then we'll just take the rock candy, put that on pretty generously. I can be as generous as I want because I do have this piece of paper down. It'll all, hopefully all go back into the container. Set that aside for a second. The art glitter glue will dry clear, and the rock candy is also clear. It looks white because it's all together in the container, but it actually is clear. So when those dry, you'll still be able to see the hearts through, but you'll have some fun sparkles. So they still look white, but it will dry clear. And I think the glossy accents in the eyes are adorable, and you could just go crazy decorating this. I pulled out my pink tulle as well, thinking it might be pretty to tie a bow around the whole box. You know, even if it has a bow down here or a handle, you could tie a tulle bow around the whole thing. Tons of fun to be had, and a wonderful way to give a Valentine's Day gift or to store your own little journal. So I hope you like this one, you guys. When this video goes live, this will be available in our Google Drive over on the Facebook group. So make sure to go check it out and show us what you're doing. Post pictures in the group. And if you'd like to get your own free one, again, the Facebook group will be linked up there, and it'll be down in the description. Thanks so much for your time. You have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.